Holy shit. Yeah, thank you again for that, Josh. Wow. I feel like my mind has expanded greatly. Deeply expanded.
Stands between the ruined, mired in torment and despair. Is there really anything here worth fighting for? Is there anyone worth saving?
Hello? Is somebody there? My name is Irina.
It's Grape Lady.
I've escaped from Castle Morn, to the south. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander, the servants there have rebelled. Filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear for Father's life. And my soul wishes that he escape.
This was a cool spot. Also, Blood Flame
The slaves
enchant.
of
Let's
Castle
go.
Morn are misbegotten. Their very existence is considered to be a punishment.
Great weapon
But their only
choice for
crime
this.
was being born outside of grace. So it's no wonder that hatred has fermented in their hearts, inspiring them
That's a
to finally
dirty
break
strat.
free of their masters. The
Pyromancy
next
hand.
step in a cycle of
Crossbow?
revenge
That is
that began
dirty.
at Castle Morn long ago.
I see. From Irina. Thank you. I'm in your debt, but I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain.
Dude,
To
the
ensure
grafted
the
blade
treasured
great
sword of
sword.
Morn does not fall into the wrong
That carried me
hands.
for so long.
Ages ago, a lone
I used that
champion
for
fought
such
at
a
Castle
long
Morn.
time, bro.
His entire clan had been vanquished, but he grafted their swords
So
onto his
many
own
bad
and
guys
continued
I
to
slew
fight.
with that grafted.
So determined was he to claim his revenge.
I didn't stop using it for a long time.
And so,
like,
this became the legendary
maybe right
sword
before
of
the
Castle
DLC.
Morn. It was
The
claimed
buff is just
by
so
the banished
good.
knights
Like, it's
of
just
Godric,
so good.
stolen by a misbegotten, and then passed down to you. And with it, the cycle of revenge continues.
If anybody ever does like
An eye
a great weapon
for an
playthrough, I
eye.
definitely suggest getting that sword.
I'm in your debt for keeping the sword from those fallen creatures. I'm no longer bound by duty. Once I've rescued Irina, I will spend my remaining days with her.
No! That's not what happened in my playthrough.
Irina, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered.
Uh-oh.
I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured,
Bum.
Irina, it will be done.
This is fucking cool.
You're a tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. There are others of my people
like
who
this,
yet survive
song.
in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. your people, the Tarnished, and mine. See that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
I've never fought
Deep
a
within
merchant
the eyes
before.
of the oldest merchants, a secret is hidden. Deeply unforgiving indeed.
But I've done all I can here. I'm thinking of moving elsewhere for a time.
So far, we've spoken of misbegotten, banished knights, tarnished, and merchants. All were spurned by grace, in one way or another. You can't go too far without wondering if the Golden Order is to blame for the oceans of anger and despair. When we last met Edgar, he swore revenge upon the misbegotten. But now, all must die, misbegotten or not. And if you defeat Edgar, you will receive a Shabriri grape.
I never used fist
It's our
weapons. They
proof
look really
that
cool.
his need for revenge no longer divides
Straight
or
Cestus.
distinguishes. Love,
I think those are
revenge,
guitars.
melt it all away in the yellow chaos flame. But there are those who fight
Peak
against
cinema.
the tarnished who stalk their own. Yura, the hunter of bloody fingers, will often be at your side.
This guy rules. Right through the dick.
Yura comes from the land of reeds, a place that has long been locked in a miserable civil war, and it's said that the entire nation has succumbed to a blood-soaked madness. It's not too surprising
That is
then
our weakest-
that Yura
our
fights
weakest
against
spot.
any blood-crazed tarnished, whether they serve the Lord of Blood or otherwise. But Yura's true mark is a Drake Knight named Eleonora, located at the Second Church of Marika, where she kills Yura in cold blood. Once, Eleonora had a legacy as a proud knight, but because of her dragon communion, it
Dude,
seems her
that
humanity
weapon that
has
she
slipped
has
away.
is so fucking
you
good.
put that legacy to rest.
It is filthy.
By now, it should be clear that madness takes
I
many
prefer
forms.
River of Blood,
Hello?
but that one's a really,
Is
really
someone
good
there?
alternative.
My name is Hayata, and I'm journeying in search of the distant light.
Grape Lady!
If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me?
She
She
sounds
looks
like a
like
Fable
Arena.
character.
But Arena is dead. Somehow, this Hayata has taken over that body.
This confused the shit out of me when I played the first time. It confused the fucking shit out of me. I was like, wait, wasn't there a lady that we just talked to?
But for what purpose? She barely
Named
even
something
knows herself.
else?
I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden.
But we did end up doing the storyline
You're
with the
not
Frenzied
like the
Flame and
others who
going
give
through
me
the whole
grapes,
process
are
of
you?
giving her the grapes
They
and
rest their trembling
finding
hands
them and all
upon me,
that shit.
howling wordlessly. They
was really
gently
fun,
stroke
honestly.
my eyes, their frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the
Sick
grapes.
ending.
But you,
Fucking an
seem
absolute movie
somehow
masterpiece.
firmer. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold.
Of course, the Shabriri
I wonder
grapes
if he
are
if he
eyes,
tells her
yellow,
what they are,
shriveled,
what she's
and
eating.
oozing.
That's not
Because the
possible.
one we got was really
Not one of
funny.
those people.
Oh,
Their own. So those noises I heard were.
yeah. I don't know what happens if you don't tell her.
Shabriri, the most reviled man in all of history.
She deserved to know. That's why we told her.
It all began long ago with the
It'd be
crime
kind of fucked
of
up if we
slander.
didn't tell her.
Shabriri came up with a lie. And it was so damaging, so heinous, that his eyes were gouged out as a punishment.
But there is an
when
option.
that lie was proven to be false. We can't be sure of what was
I
said.
love the music choice here.
But what if Shabriri slandered the nomadic merchants? What if, with a crooked smile, he accused them of the very crime he himself was guilty of, saying that they had fraternized with the Three Fingers and were not to be trusted? This would explain why the nomadic merchants came to be so hated. It is said, after all, that the sickness of the flame of frenzy began with Shabriri. And after his eyes were gouged out, the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in his empty sockets. Yellow eyes became known as Shabriri grapes, and frenzy started to infect the despairing world. A madness that belongs to those who have lost everything.
Ah, by the way, well, even we had a place to call home once. The Great Caravan, they called it. But it's been lost to us for ages. I've been searching for it as long as I can remember.
Those guys
And
are
with a
really
name
tough.
like that, you'd hope they kept some fine goods there, eh? I've always preferred my own company to that of other people's.
I don't blame bro.
And I don't have any burning questions I wish to ask my ancestors. But
world
there's
like
something
this,
I
dude?
need to know.
I don't know.
My roots. I want to know who I am,
Seems like a
where
place, a
I
little,
came from.
little
where I'm headed.
shelter.
I hope you can join me at the Great Caravan, in fact. Who knows what wonders there might be to trade?
If Shabriri did indeed slander the merchants, then he knew exactly.
I died here so many times. To get to the bottom, you have to roll and like fall on the right edges. It's kind of hard to see from this angle, but there are like these tombstones that are like jutting out from the wall, and you kind of need to like roll all the way down. If you roll wrong at any point, you die. Like it's so far down. It's absolutely ridiculous. I died here maybe like 12 times trying to just get down to the bottom.
What their despair might bring.
It's well worth it though.
Ah, is that you over there? I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears. Finally, it all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. Could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers.
We only know of one other who was clasped in such a manner. His name was Vike, the Dragon Spear. After the war with the ancient dragons, there came the rise of the dragon cultists, who earned the dragon's affection. One of the
Dragon
most beloved
simps.
was Vike the Dragon Spear, a tarnished descended from Godfrey, who eventually returned from across the sea to join the Round Table Hold in hopes of becoming Elden Lord. To this end, Vike was assigned a Finger Maiden and acquired the power of 2 great runes. But when he stood before the thorns of the Erd Tree, he realized the truth, that a maiden's true purpose is to burn the thorns for the one who would become Elden Lord. And whether it was born of love or duty, Vike refused to burn his maiden, for the whisperings of Shabriri had told
pretty
him
metal.
of another flame. A flame of frenzy hidden deep below the capital that could burn the thorns away. But when Vike returned, his maiden was dead. Did she commit suicide after betraying her purpose, or was Vike captured and punished for his treason? Whatever the case, Now, Vike's vengeful spirit defends the dead maiden at the Church of Inhibition,
Yeah, I
while
fought
the
this
real
guy.
Vike kneels imprisoned in an Everjail deep within the Forbidden Lands, clad in armor clasped by 3 burnt fingers. This is all that remains of the contender that was supposed to become Elden Lord.
Look at those sweet curved hand blades. Pulling out the pole blade. Dude, this spell does so much damage. The Dragon Slam does so much. I like this dragon on dragon knight duel. No! Get him the flame too. Oh shoot. Man, this is epic. He just ate that shit. Like it was nothing. Damn, how is he still alive? Damn. That was wild.
Finally, we meet the Tarnished, who would be Lord. Oh my, why the long face? I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel. Well, that is most unfortunate, for he is dead. As for his flesh, he gave it to me. Shabriri. I hope you can make your peace with that. You were about to sacrifice something precious, the life of a fair maiden, that you would toss into the fiery forge, only so that you may be Lord. What a horrible thing to ponder. Your ascendancy requires her sacrifice.
Worth it.
Whether she wishes it or not. But how would the Lord, crowned so, be looked upon? Chosen Tarnished and would-be Lord, dare to tread the path of true rigor. Spare the poor girl and singe your own flesh in her stead. If you are prepared to show resolve and attain lordship through righteous hardship, then heed the words of I, Shabriri. Chosen, Tarnished, and would-be Lord, descend into the depths far below the Erdtree capital.
This part's done really well.
Seek audience with the 3 fingers and the flame of frenzy. If you inherit the flame of frenzy, your flesh will serve as kindling. Burn the Erdtree to the
Yes, this is what
ground
happens.
and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, may chaos take the world. May chaos take the world. Shabriri
Dang, dude.
is chaos incarnate. I cannot die. May chaos take the world.
Yes. My character looked really wild because he had blue skin.
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that. Is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please, leave the frenzied flame alone.
And maybe you would have left it alone, were it not for the horrors that you found down there.
Did you see what they did to my ancestors? The whole clan buried alive, sick, maddened, husks of themselves.
This is the area I was
Their
talking about.
moans. They're hardly human anymore. They think we worship the three fingers, that we called the maddening sickness down upon them. Well, if that's what they expect from us, then that's what they shall get from us!
Uh-oh.
The world of grace and its people should have been content to see us sink between the cracks, but to have intruded upon
This
our
one's
solace,
really deep.
having broken us upon their whims? I'll never forgive any of you. We won't be trading any longer.
How many times did you die here?
Wait. What's that?
No!
That burn. Your eyes. You've inherited the flame of frenzy. Unknown warrior. Divest yourself of everything.
This is a little bit out of order because you do this before
Throw
the
wide
other scene.
door.
Like, but yeah, this is like the moment you get
That's
branded.
it.
That's why you have that thing over. That's why I had that thing over my chest.
The yellow
It's 'cause of
flame
this.
of chaos.
This part was gnarly on stream.
Please. A frenzied flame to melt away the curses, suffering, and despair. And the order entire.
He grips you tight and he roasts you. He roasts you good.
Melt away the curses, suffering, despair. You're tired. Make
One of the
chaos
coolest scenes
take
in the
the
entire
world.
game, in my opinion.
May chaos take the world.
I never actually really got the spells to work for me. Like, stat-wise. Oh, cool. He's RPing.
Oh, it burns. My eyes. They're melting. Thank you.
Obviously, we're good guys at this point.
I have touched them. The words
We're
of
the hero of the
three
story,
fingers.
okay?
As your maiden, allow me to divine them. All that there is came from the one great. Then came fractures, and births, and souls.
I'm coming, tree.
But the greater will made a mistake. Torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse, every one born of the mistake. And so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away
That
with
fight
the
was pretty
young chaos
intense.
flame, until all is one again.
Whoa.
Those who gave me grapes howled without words, saying they
remember that
wish they were
spell.
never born. Become their lord, take their torment,
I remember that one, though.
despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, and melt it all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures, no more birth.
Well, that was
And so
fucking
it
metal.
is that an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. Our accord ends here.
I like his version of the Frenzied Flame. It's super cool. I don't know, it seemed like a pretty easy solution, you know? Tree's causing a bunch of problems, gotta burn down the tree. That's why I chose it. No, honestly, because it's super cool. It was like it was just yesterday. Good times. It's that Elden Ring.
Lord of frenzied flame. I will seek you as far as you may travel. To deliver you what is yours. Destined death.
Thank you for watching.